Hi, I'm Nathan Brands, minister here at First Christian Church, Brownstown. I wanted to give you some words of encouragement today and some reminders on some things for our Sunday morning service. I don't know about you, but if you have kids at home, your kids are probably going a little bit stir crazy at this point, and probably are a little whinier and fussier than normal. I know mine are, and mine aren't even of school age yet. They're used to being home, but they can tell that something is different, and they can tell things aren't like what they're supposed to be, and their schedule is off, and they're not used to having dad home all day long, and so it kind of throws them off. And you can tell that something is not quite right, and they can tell that too, and so it's kind of just messing with them. And so it kind of makes things feel like nothing's constant. At least that's how it feels to them. And so it makes it harder in life whenever you feel like nothing's constant around you. There's not a consistent thing. And I think that's true with us too. I think sometimes in this world today with the quarantine and the coronavirus and the kind of hysteria and fear that we all have experienced or know people that are experiencing, that it feels like there's not a constant right now. It feels like there's not anything consistent. It feels like everything's kind of changing around us. But I have some words that hopefully will encourage you. I read in my other Facebook video that in Revelation it says that God describes himself as the one who is and who was and who is to come. Well, in Hebrews 13:8 it says that Jesus Christ is the same today, yesterday, and forever. You see, these verses tell us that God and his Son, Jesus Christ, is constant. They are the same today, yesterday, and every day. They never change. Everything may be changing around you, but they are not. So before the coronavirus happened, during this quarantine and self-isolation that we have, and after the coronavirus scare ends, God will still be the same. He is always the same. I want to read a couple passages for you real quick. The first one's out of Psalms chapter 46. Starting with verse 1 and 3, and then we'll jump down to verse 10. It says this: God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives way, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam through the mountains, tremble at its swelling. And then in verse 10 it says this. It says, be still and know that I am God. I think that can have good meaning for us today, that sometimes we just have to be still and know that God is God. Even if the earth gives way, even if there's a virus in this earth, God is still God. So sometimes we just have to be still and not fear. And then in Mark chapter 4, starting with verse 35, it says this: on that day, when the evening had come, he said to them, let us go across to the other side. And leaving the crowd, they took him with them in the boat, just as he was, and the other boats were with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves were breaking into the boat, so that the boat was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on a cushion. And they woke him and said to him, Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing? And he awoke, and he rebuked the wind and said to the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said to them, Why are you so afraid? Have you still no faith? You see, God in this moment, the wind was crashing in all around the disciples, and the waters were coming over the boat, and it seemed overwhelming, and they were afraid. Yet, God is still God, and Jesus was in control. And he told the wind to be still, and he said, have faith. We need to have faith in Jesus Christ. We need to have faith in God. We need to have faith, and that means that we do not fear the outcome of what's going to happen, but we know that God is still in control. That's my encouragement for you today. I also want to remind you in this video that we will still be getting together for our online worship service that we're doing. That's family friendly, so it's not going to be real long, but kind of hopefully an appropriate length so that way the kids can pay attention too. And so I hope that you'll come and be a part of that. 10 a.m. on YouTube. Just search First Christian Church Brownstown and you can find it. I also want to remind you that this is a fifth Sunday. Now what that means for those of you that come to our church on Sunday morning, normally at the building, is that we collect a special offering on fifth Sunday. And that offering, all of the offering from that Sunday goes to the building. We have this new building that we're trying to get paid off, and we still want to be good stewards even in this time. We want to have faith that God will take care of us. And so our goal is still $15,000. We think that if we are faithful, that God will allow us to do amazing things with this location that we have here. And we think we can do those when this virus is all said and done. And so I encourage you to still give like you would on a normal fifth Sunday. Don't give in to fear, but have faith that God will provide for you. And so I encourage you to give to God out of the cheerfulness of your hearts because of what He has done and because He is in control and He is constant. So I want to encourage you to do that. If you don't know how to give, you can mail checks into the church, P.O. Box 296 in Brownstown, Illinois 62418. Or you can go to the Givelify, that's Givelify, and you can go to that app in whatever app store you have, and then just search First Christian Church Brownstown, and you can give that way. I encourage you to give and continue to give as we are trying to meet our ministry needs still, even though we're not meeting together on Sunday mornings. And I also want to encourage you to pray for one another. Thank you, and I hope that you are staying safe out there, and God bless.